Well, hello, students. I want to thank you all for a really great semester. I know for a lot of you it was quite a transition, um, taking this type of a course and working in teams and doing all the good stuff. But I really had a lot of fun working with all of you guys. And I just want to, again, personally thank you for a great semester and for trying your best. I'm certainly aware of all the challenges that you have as college students, been there, done that. And although there's a lot of newfound freedoms living on campus in a dorm, there's also a lot of responsibilities and accountability that goes along with that. But also, in reflection, think of how much you took away from doing those projects. And I really like the idea of having the 3 50-minute seminars. And I call them seminars because they're too short to be really a class. They're more or less like, okay, we only have a certain amount of time to get through the material, but how can we apply the material hands-on to the practical? And that's what's really important. A lot of you are going to be having for Business Management 2. I look forward to that. The only difference is you'll be able to pick your own teams, which I think is going to be great. We'll do that the first day of class, by the way. And it doesn't start till 10:30. So the format is essentially going to be the same, but I really think that getting all that material in such a short period of time and then being able to do a term-long project, if you're going to be in my class next time, start thinking about it now. What do you want to work on? Do a SWOT analysis on what you just did for your project. What were your takeaways? What are some of the things you could have done better? What are some of the things that you don't even want to do next time around? And as you know, everything revolves around SWOT. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. This is how companies survive. And finally, one more note. When you look at your grading on Blackboard, don't panic if you see points that aren't the way you thought they would be. What I mean by that is I see something different than you do. There are, in the past semester, there were 3 case studies, 30 points. There were 3 phases to your term project: proposal, phase 2, the paper itself, and your final, which was your PowerPoint presentation, bringing the whole semester together. And also 3 individual assignments. That is only 90 points, so that leaves 10 points for class participation. So essentially I go through your attendance sheets, just because you come and sit there, it doesn't necessarily mean anything is happening. That's not class participation. Attendance does count. Of course, if you're not in attendance, you're not participating. That's impossible. But what's important is, how much did you contribute to your team? How much did you contribute to the class? So there's your 100 points. And what Blackboard uploads is in sequence to all the things that I'm looking at, do not necessarily equate to your grade. It gives you an idea of where you are. Like if you're missing an assignment or something, it'll tell you. And I always keep backups of everything, so if you have questions, you can always ask me about your grade. Obviously, if you didn't do like 2 or 3 individual assignments, or you missed an individual assignment, that's 10, 20, 30 points of your grade. And if you didn't come to class a lot, that's another 10 points. So that only leaves your case studies and your project. And if you didn't get involved in your case studies and work with your team, if you didn't do your projects, if you didn't put your contribution to that, that again is reflective of the grade. But here again, what you see and what I see are two different things. It's a guideline on Blackboard grades. It isn't exactly what your grade is. I have the specifics of everything that I do and I can explain it. So if you didn't do so well this semester, learn from your mistakes. Learn about being accountable. Learn about getting those individual assignments. And there's not a lot of work. On your individual assignments, I only ask you to do like a page and a half or so with 3 references on a specific topic that we're covering in class, or a group of chapters that we're covering. The case studies, really, they're not a big deal. You look over the case, they're all in the book, they're all in the Schermerhorn book. You can research more about the companies. You guys know the drill now. You know what it's like. So you're out of boot camp. So like I said, if you didn't do as well as you'd like to have done, go back and reflect and see what your participation was through the semester. Maybe you got to work on time management a little better. Maybe you might be too overwhelmed with maybe other types of activities going on on the campus. Everyone wants to belong to every club and go to everything and play every sport, but you're only human. Remember, the main reason why you're on this campus is for your academics. You want to get out with a degree that you can be able to make a difference out there in the working world. And in some cases, it could be several $1,000s or more. So that being the case, that's all I've got to say. Have wonderful holidays and a restful break, and we look forward to seeing you soon.